Now, let's talk about the breaking news. Brian Kelly to LSU. And while I'm recording this literally just broke. I had recorded something earlier to talk about the LSU job and all that, and I doubt I'll keep it in. That's probably going to go to the garbage can now. So, Brian Kelly to LSU. What are my thoughts? Well, I don't like it. Simple as that. I don't think this is a good move for Brian Kelly or LSU. Brian Kelly had a good job being at Notre Dame. And why is that? Well, it's simple. Notre Dame is not a elite program in my mind anymore. It's an elite name. People know who the Fighting Irish are, but when they play against teams who are above them, they get blown out. Like, legit. The one thing I don't want to see this year is Notre Dame making the college football playoffs, because I have no interest to watch them in that game at all. So I look at it like this. Well, you can make the excuse, he's got to recruit guys who have 4.0 GPAs. They have to be so smart, so smart. Here's with what a lot of people don't get about college football anymore. A lot of these kids, they are that smart. They just don't want to go to Notre Dame. They want to go to a school that will win a championship. Alabama, you're going to win a championship. Texas A&M, they have currently the best recruiting class. Looks like they might be building a championship team there. Oregon with Mario Cristobal, they've been getting those recruits in. They are better than Notre Dame. If we went down all the top 25 teams, you'd probably end up putting Notre Dame outside the top 20. Because their best win this year is against Wisconsin. Their best loss is to Cincinnati, and Cincinnati pretty much beat them up that game. So when a group of 5 team is their best game that they got beaten up in, it kind of shows you where that program's at. And let's not forget, Brian Kelly is not the great head coach everyone makes him out to be. He's not. He has had his struggles at Notre Dame. And where you can make your own schedule, and it's typically very easy, he's had some really, really bad seasons. You don't get those cupcakes in the SEC. You don't get those armies, those navies that you can beat up on because you're Notre Dame. You get Alabama. You get Auburn. You get Texas A&M. These are just the teams he's going to have to face next year, guaranteed. We're not talking about a Florida where he's going to have to play. They'll eventually have to play Georgia. You're going to have to look at them being an Ole Miss. Do you think they're going to beat them? No. This is a bad move for both sides, in my opinion. And the reason why it's bad is because Scott Woodrow wanted to go big game hunting. And man, he got a big fish. But I've been fishing in Mexico before. One day with my family, we caught a bunch of fish, and they were bonito fish. Well, we asked the locals how to cook them. We asked, how do you make them? And they were like, ugh. They wouldn't give you an answer. And we caught a lot of fish. Some of them were really big fish. But you tasted them, and they were horrible. Sometimes going for the big fish, going fishing, you got to take the ones that you can get. The good ones that you know are good. Billy Napier was in your own backyard. You let him go to Florida. So if he turns that program around and you are struggling, that's bad on you. Dave Aranda, who this week has Baylor in a conference championship game, makes perfect sense for LSU. He was your defensive coordinator when you won the national championship. Oh, you don't even call him? You don't even call to see, hey, how's it going? How's the family? No, you went big game hunting. You went for the big fish. And you did not get a good one. You did not get a good one that's going to fit in with the SEC. Brian Kelly is not going to work in the SEC. I'm saying that now. In 3 years, he's gone. And you can say, oh, you're overreacting. No. Most coaches, I will be like, I don't know. This one, I know for certain is not going to go well. LSU had a chance to rebuild his program. Dave Aranda, I think, would have probably been the best choice for them. they let him walk. Billy Napier in your own backyard, you let him go to Florida. What happens in 3 years from now? Baylor and Florida are these consistently really good teams that are going to New Year's Six Bowls, and you are struggling. You are, with what I think you're going to be, the next USC. After Pete Carroll left, mediocrity. That's where LSU is headed right now. They're headed straight to mediocrity, and I hope you enjoy it, because you're going to be there for a while.